I'm back, and today we're jumping straight into the wildest, most unhinged action anime you've ever seen. Done with lame fights, untouchable heroes, and villains who won't shut up? Good. This is where it all falls apart. Rules, bones, and sanity included. We're talking raw, brutal, limb-ripping chaos where one slip-up means game over. No plot armor, no mercy. So grab your snacks, get comfy, and let's dive in. Welcome to Cremona, a sleek, futuristic city overrun with crime, buried secrets, and a shadowy killer called Killer B who's carving up victims like he's in a slasher flick. The police are scrambling, completely out of their depth. Enter Keith Flick, a detective who's a genius at solving crimes but looks like he's been awake since forever. Then there's Koku, a mysterious loner who's all quiet intensity, deadly skills, and a past so tangled you'll be glued to the screen trying to piece it together. He's got powers, a heartbreaking backstory, and a story so twisty, you'll be pausing to catch up. What starts as a classic whodunit spirals into a whirlwind of shady government plots, superhuman brawlers, and pure chaos. Think epic sword duels, slick choreography, and bone-crunching battles that feel alive. Be the Beginning isn't just another crime show. It's a stylish, pulse-pounding mashup of detective drama, supernatural craziness, and thriller vibes. If you're into gripping mysteries, wild powers, and fights that hit harder than your Monday blues, this anime is an absolute must-watch. Ushio and Tora is a wild retro anime that captures the untamed spirit of 90s shonen in all its glory. Meet Ushio Aotsuki, an ordinary teen chilling at his family's shrine, until he uncovers a secret basement housing Tora, a ferocious tiger demon pinned by a sacred spear for 500 years. Tora's ready to break free, snack on some humans, and maybe start with Ushio. But Ushio, with all the reckless guts of a shonen hero, yanks out the spear and strikes a deal. Help me and you're free. Cue an epic, uneasy alliance. Armed with the beast spear, Ushio and his snarling, reluctant partner Tora embark on a monster-slaying adventure. It's a chaotic mix of yokai-smashing battles, heartfelt moments, and a road trip vibe that never lets up. From bloodthirsty spirits to ancient curses, they face it all, culminating in a showdown with Hakumen no Mano, a demon so terrifying it makes other villains look like amateurs. The action is pure adrenaline, lightning-fast spear clashes, yokai dissolving into shadowy bursts, and Tora tearing through enemies with electrified claws. It's gritty, intense, and dripping with old-school charm. If you love classic shonen, iconic weapons, and a snarky demon sidekick who'd rather insult the hero than admit he cares, Ushio and Tora deserves a spot on your list. Imagine Attack on Titan, but instead of grim titans, you've got vibrant mutant kaiju wreaking havoc. Toss in a heavy dose of cyberpunk flair, and a massive, roaming fortress city that looks like it rolled out of an anime director's wildest dream. That's Decadence. In this crazy future, humanity's on the brink, barely hanging on against alien bug monsters called Gadol. Their last stronghold, Decadence, a giant mobile city where people fight, fix, and hope to survive another day. Enter Natsume, our spunky heroine who's all heart and big dreams of becoming a warrior, but ends up working maintenance instead. That's total letdown. But then she crosses paths with Kaburagi, a gruff, world-weary veteran who gives off major, "I'm done with this nonsense" vibes. Don't let his janitor act fool you though. Kaburagi's got secrets and skills that'll blow your mind. What starts as a straightforward monster-slaying gig spirals into something way deeper, making you question what's real. Picture this: jetpack-wielding fighters carving up kaiju like pros, while the whole city morphs into a massive mech fist to smash enemies into next week. And it's awesome, with jaw-dropping animation, gravity-defying battles, and monster designs that pop off the screen. Decadence is a high-energy, unpredictable ride. The characters? They'll grow on you big time. If you're into wild worlds, epic fights, and stories that keep you guessing, this anime's calling your name. Welcome to San Magnolia, a country that claims to be fighting a war against unmanned drones. But here's the catch: those drones, they're not unmanned at all. They're being piloted by the 86th, the forgotten oppressed people from the 86th district, those the government pretends don't even exist. Meet Lena, a well-meaning noblewoman with big dreams of justice and equality. She's given the role of commander for Spearhead Squadron, a ragtag group of 86 pilots who get sent out to fight an endless swarm of killer mechs. Leading them is Shin, a brooding, battle-hardened soldier. While Lena's tucked away in a cushy office trying to change the system from the inside, Shin and his team are out there risking their lives in brutal, heart-pounding mecha battles. Forget the typical mecha fights where robots punch it out. This is about dodging death at every turn, using insane acrobatics and crazy tactics to survive. But One Picture's absolutely nailed the animation here. The mecha action is insane slick CGI, dynamic choreography and battles that'll have your heart racing. We're talking explosions, close calls, and jaw-dropping visuals that make every fight feel like the stakes are life or death. But don't be fooled by all the action. The real punch of this show hits deep. 86 isn't just about war, it's about sacrifice, survival, and the dark side of a nation's secrets. The show sneaks in moments that'll make you reflect on humanity, injustice, and what it really takes to fight for what's right. If you're into mechs, intense action, and a story that makes you think long after the credits roll, 86 is an absolute must-watch. Undead Unluck might just be the weirdest duo anime you'll ever watch, and I mean that in the best way. It starts with Fuko, a girl cursed with the worst kind of luck, literally. Anyone she touches, catastrophic misfortune, and she's had enough. She's ready to give up on life until Andy shows up, an unkillable, unhinged maniac who wants to die. Andy figures Fuko's curse might finally be the key to ending his eternal life. So what does he do? He drags her into the most chaotic adventure imaginable. Turns out dying isn't so easy. Instead of peace and quiet, the two get thrown into a world of assassins, mutants with insane powers, and a secret organization that's watching everything from the shadows. What follows is a wild, bloody roller coaster of explosions, sky battles, and Andy getting shredded in every possible way. But here's the twist. In between all the carnage and over-the-top action, there's something real. A weirdly sweet friendship, a messy, awkward kind of romance, and just enough heart to keep you rooting for this crazy pair. It's underrated, maybe because it's a bit offbeat, but if you want something different, emotional, and absolutely unhinged, Undead Unluck is a hidden gem worth diving into. Meet Denji. This dude is so down bad. He hunts devils with a chainsaw dog named Pochita just to chip away at his dead dad's Yakuza debt. His dream? Nothing wild. Just some good food and a normal life. But life? Yeah, life curb stomps him. He gets betrayed, chopped up, and dumped like leftover sushi. Then comes the twist. Pochita fuses with him, giving Denji a second shot at life, as the chainsaw-revving, flesh-ripping chaos machine known as Chainsaw Man. Enter Makima, his new boss. Mysterious, cold, and 100% giving off red flag energy. She brings him into the world of public safety devil hunters. And from there, things go completely off the rails. Devil fights in this show are insane. We're talking fountains of blood, flying limbs, and pure mayhem. Every fight feels like a cinematic event. MAPPA didn't just animate, they unleashed this series. The choreography is wild, the impacts is heavy, and the animation is so clean you'll want to pause every 5 seconds just to appreciate it. Chainsaw Man is loud, messy, emotional, funny, and absolutely brutal, in the best way. And Denji? He's not your typical hero. He's just a broken kid trying to survive, chasing dreams that are both heartbreakingly small and weirdly relatable. It's a blood-soaked masterpiece, and honestly, you just need to experience it.